Hello guys, welcome to this week's episode of The Farwar Show. Don't go anywhere, because in this week's episode we'll be comparing the Canon M50 with the Canon R10, give you a bit of a rundown of which one you should perhaps buy, which one could be best for you, and just ultimately how good both these cameras are. Now just before we crack on, I just want to say that both these cameras are absolutely worth looking at, but I just hope this video helps you decide which one is best for you. So without further ado, let's crack over the Cam 2 and let's have a look. So first we've got the Canon R10 here, which is absolutely brilliant. Let's get a nice little shot for you now. And this R10 is brilliant. Now it's a little bit bigger than the M50. And it is a 24.2 megapixel camera, sensor, crop. It does come with an awesome lens, which on this particular version is the 18 to 45mm. You can actually get a multiple list of lenses with it if you want to. You can just buy the body if you will. And Canon at the moment is selling it for just under $1,000, which is actually a great price for a decent camera. Why do we like this? This is actually more of a 4K camera, so it does record in 30 frames per second, and I believe actually it does record even faster, 60 frames per second in 4K, which is really good for content creation. So I'm looking at this as the angle of a content creator. So as a content creator, the things you might want to think about is you obviously might want a little flash there, but that's more for photography, but you want to get your lens. Obviously you can attach the lenses down to the road, but the thing you really want to think about is this slot. So it does have a clean HDMI, which makes it a live stream camera, worthy camera for you as a creator. So basically clean HDMI basically means you can just plug in a mini HDMI into your camera and it doesn't show all your camera settings, so it's just a clean image, and it's just really good for live streaming. Also you have your remote control that you can plug into it, so you can make it record and take pictures if you so wish. I personally don't use that factor, but it's there if you want it. But most importantly, as a content creator, it has a mic jack, which is massively important, and something just for a little power tip is something you don't get in the much, the cheaper cameras, things like the 2000D and stuff like that. You don't get a mic jack, and as a content creator, you want a mic jack which you can connect on the top of your camera. Let's just have a look for you. You want to put on top of the camera, so when you're recording indoors, it improves your audio, which is half of all your videos. And especially as those of you that watch a lot of my videos will know, when you're recording outside, you don't want that noise on the microphone from the wind, which is really annoying and quite hard to get rid of unless you're like a pro editor. But even then, if you can record good audio straight away, that proves it massively. And that's something down the road, and we do have videos about this. A couple of weeks ago we did a really good video on the Rode external microphone, so go and check it out in after this video. So what else do you want? It has a great touch screen which flips out, which is fantastic as a creator. It will point towards you. Let's just see if we can find an image for you. So just like that, you can see there it flips out and has a very nice user-friendly menu, which is very similar to the M50, and it's very easy to use. Even if you're not really used to cameras, it's very sort of straightforward. And if you're not too bothered about, if you're a bit like, what do I do with all these settings, Dave? I don't know what to do. Then just worry about the top. Literally just little green, put it on the little white marker and put it into auto, and the camera will do all the hard work for you. And obviously you can play around with the shutter speed, the ISO and all that jazz if you're a bit more confident with the camera, but you don't have to. These modern cameras do literally lots of the hard work. Auto balance, white balance, it does it all autoly. And something which is really cool, you probably noticed in last week's video, if the light changes as you're recording, cameras nowadays, especially like this one, are really good at auto adjusting as you go in the lens. So you might think, oh, it's a bit dark, but the camera's already sorted it for you and you will look great. And even in low light, these cameras are absolutely brilliant. that's something to bear in mind. And then you have the easy photo button, like all cameras. These more expensive ones do come, well, I say more expensive, this is at £1,000 just under. This is still way cheaper than if you go to full-blown professional, like a 6D or a 90D when you're talking a few thousand. So, and this is really a little powerhouse for you. So it has that microphone jack, the flip screen, interchangeable lenses, all the things you need as a content content creator, easy record mode, which makes it even easier for you, and obviously you have manual mode and all the different modes that you would want from this camera. Now this particular version comes with the 18-45mm lens, but obviously you can get it, like I said earlier, body only, or whatever version of this camera you so wish. You know, if you already have, like I've got an older 300mm hanging about, you might want to plug that in just for a different type of shot if you so wish. Just make sure that the adapter to the lens is correct. So that's the main things about this camera. Smash like if you're getting value, and what you get inside the box when you get this camera. You're going to get value from this video. Well, I'll tell you what, this is what you get. You smash the like button and consider subscribing if you're getting value. And if you want to support the brand, don't forget to check out our merch. We're wearing the t-shirts at the minute. They've got one in the background. Here's a mug. Go and check out our merch at any point. Absolute value. Now its competitor is the M50, which we do have one here, and I will show you some details in a minute, but I just thought I'd show you it because it's quite nice to see it in person as well. Now the difference is with this one, this is a 24.1, and where the R10 is more of a 4K camera, this is technically more of a HD camera, but it does record in 4K, and the only reason I don't is just a personal preference. It's just a little power tip. 4K video is basically 4 times bigger video clips than HD. So if you haven't got all the hard drive space in the world, I personally still record in HD. It's perfectly fine. And something to bear in mind as a content creator, most people are watching your content on their phones, so you might not be too bad. But then again, if you want the absolute best image quality, you may want to record this in 4K, or maybe look at the R10, which will do it even better. So that's something to bear in mind as a creator. Now I've got loads of videos on the M50, so I'm not going to go into like every little detail of the camera, but for those of you that have not seen those videos, this is a mirrorless camera. It's a crop image. It has a fantastic sensor. It on default will come with a 15-45 lens, which obviously comes off really easily. Let's just show that satisfying click noise. There it goes. It pops off. You can interchangeable lenses. Here's a satisfying lens sound. Here we go. Oh, we love that. I love doing that. Now, just like the other one, it has a viewfinder, which is really good for photography. I've not talked much about photography, only because you know, we're looking at this as a creator, but obviously it takes fantastic photos, really good photos, and there's a really nice flip screen which turns around, very easy to use. I don't know if I've got any battery in a minute, so I have to bear in mind. And will it go into play mode? Settings, there you go. So as you can see, it's a very user friendly, and you literally just click around. I don't want to mess any of the settings up, but you basically just click around. It's very easy to use. You can just play around with the ISO, shutter speed, all that jazz. Very useful to see. I'll just turn it off to save the battery. Now on the top, it does have its own flash, but also you can attach another flash if you want, if you're doing photography, or like the other one, you have a connector so you can connect your microphone to that. I haven't got what I have, but I don't want to like stand up and knock the camera over, but you get the idea. It sits on top, and as I said earlier, it's very good if you're recording indoors to improve your video like I'm doing now, or if you're recording outside so you don't get that annoying, you know, it's becoming a running joke. That should perhaps be a t-shirt. But it has all the things that you want. The Mark II is a clean HDMI, so that is good news for streamers. The Mark I isn't, so that's something to bear in mind. That's only the real difference between the Mark I and the Mark II of the M50s, really, in my personal opinion. Obviously, the sensor and the video quality might not be quite as good as the R10, but there is about a £200 difference, so bear that in mind. So if you want something that's, you know, a bit more up to date, a bit more high quality, you definitely want 4K. I would definitely recommend the R10. If you're quite happy with maybe, you know, the occasional 4K, you're happy with HD, then the M50 is the camera for you. That is just a short version. So this has a microphone jack, a flip screen. One little power tip, I find personally it's easier to make sure the screen on both cameras are facing you before you pop open the mic jack cap. Say that 10 times fast, otherwise you might break the cap. It's not something you will do, but just something I've found when I've been using it. And when you both get a box, you'll both get a battery, you'll get a Canon strap, you'll get the lens, you'll get a brief manual and links to the websites and all the rest of it, but they're fairly straightforward. I would highly recommend a microphone, something like the Rode shotgun microphone. I would definitely get something like a tripod like I've got in the background. Oh, by the way, I've got links to all this in the description, so go and check them out for the M50. We don't have an R10 link in a minute, but we do have the R, which is actually even better, so go and check that out as well. But why would I recommend this camera? I personally, it's easy to use, has a nice flip screen, interchangeable lenses, microphone jack, and produces fantastic video and photos. So it's just a great all-rounder camera, and you can get one of these now for about $650, $500, depending on what day of the week it is. So bear that in mind, and I do have an affiliate link to this, which is an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. So just briefly, before we crack on, I just want to show you some of our merch. If you would like to help our brand support the channel, why not check out our merch? We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list, so go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video. Absolute value. And I'll tell you what, I love using one of these mugs in well, every time I do one of my videos, I'm always drinking water or tea or even occasionally beer. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you then just the official version of the M50, and I will go back to the R10. So do not go anywhere. So as you know, it's a 24.1 megapixel camera. It does stream and record in 4K, but obviously the R10 does do it better, just bear that in mind. And as you can see, you get the flip screen, you get the microphone jack, so really nice little camera. There's the flip up flash, which is really nice. At the moment, it's 675, and if you're connected with TVR creators over on Twitter, quite often we will send links with this with an SD card. So that's a really cool little deal, just for like an extra tenner. So that's a really cool little deal there. And these are like the initial features. And basically, I won't go over everything again because I've already told you about it, but you can get it in white or black. I've got it in black, but some people might prefer it in white. It doesn't really matter. Whichever you prefer. I've actually got an M100 which I have in white just to make them look a bit different. And sometimes I mix around the lenses, but anyway, that's a whole different ball game. And what does Canon have to say about it? So again, they say 24 megapixel. It does record in 4K, but personally it is more of a HD camera, as it is sort of specified over here. And you can, it says 60 frames per second in full HD, but lower the frame rate, you can actually record it in 120, I believe, which is really cool. But the main features, I would say, with this, it's a little bit smaller. Has all the features you want. They're selling it for 700 a minute, so go on Amazon. But what's really cool about this camera is it just has everything you need as a good all-round camera. But with the R10, if you want something that's just a bit more powerful, you know, it takes a bit more quality video. It takes, let's just get a nice little shot for you. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. If you want something that's just a bit more powerful, takes even better photos, takes even better video, you can record properly in 4K, you want it to look even better on people's phones when they're watching it on the top of the range phone, then the R10 is probably the camera for you in 2022. So I hope this has helped you out a little bit. I will have 2 end cards at the end of the video, which will help you, give you absolute value. And I hope it does. But I personally, I still prefer the M50. Personally, it's still my favourite camera. But like I said, if you want something that's a bit more powerful, go with the R10. So I hope this video has been helpful. There are 2 end cards which will give you even more value. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Feel free to like and subscribe, and all the other links and stuff are in the description below. Instagram, Twitter, etc. I won't bore you with the rest of it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have an absolutely great day, and I'll see you in the next video. You're going to get value from this video.